I'd like to try to get my thoughts out on this Donald Trump, the words that he said the other day in regards to, or supposedly said in regards to immigration. I have to say, this whole media thing drives me insane. I mean, the idea that a grown 70-year-old man says a cuss word and it's taken to the extreme that it is baffles me. If anyone does any, I mean, you don't have to go far at all. If you just look at TV, media, if you go back in history of politics, it's a nasty game. I mean, the way people talk to each other, treat each other, has been this way forever, and I don't understand why it is that we're supposed to be so outraged at this point. I really think the media just wants to push our buttons, and honestly, they do a friggin' good job of it. I mean, people are so enraged so easily. Listen, I voted for Donald Trump. I don't care that he said this. I gotta be honest with you. I'm totally not bothered by it. I mean, let's talk about the fact, the idea that this is some sort of a race, like this is some sort of identity politic deal where he's placing some sort of, like it reveals a racial motive of his. I really don't see that at all. Because here's the deal. They've been trying to pin that on this man since he ran for office, because he was never a racist before that. He was never a racist. This man's been in public life as long as I've been alive. I always remember Donald. He was never a racist until he ran for president. Now all of a sudden the guy's a racist and they're trying to pin him on it. So they view everything the man does in racial context. And it's crazy. First of all, what did the guy say, apparently? He said these people come from crap holes. Can I point out the fact that these people are trying to get into our country and leave their country? Maybe they don't think they're crap holes, but they think they suck. There's not that much of a difference. They're trying to leave the crap hole that they're from to get to the United States, right? I think the people trying to get here almost agree with what Donald Trump is saying. And the idea that having a critical thought about a country, a critical view of a country is somehow foreign to Democrats and the media. Wait a minute. Didn't Michelle Obama say she didn't have any respect, or the first time she ever had respect for the country was after they elected her husband as president? Isn't ever all these NFL players, when they're kneeling, aren't they saying our justice system is one big crap hole? Nobody's saying, wow, they're racist, these NFL players. Michelle Obama's racist. Nobody's saying that. I really don't understand. And this goes back to just politics in general. And we as a public need to stop falling for this garbage. I mean, seriously, I'd much rather have a politician who wants to get problems solved and runs his mouth than one who sits there and uses all these fancy, lovely words and doesn't do anything. I mean, that's what we've had for a long time. One of the things that we sit there, when I was younger and I saw politicians talk, I was blown away because it's not like real people, right? I mean, listen, it doesn't take a genius to realize when you go out in your world and you're dealing with this person and that person and you talk to each other, you know how human communication works. Then you listen to a politician talk, and what do? It's always plausible deniability. They're always got some sort of an angle. They're never quite answering the question. They always got some way that they can never be pinned on what they said. Donald Trump's not like that. You know, that is... I don't like everything about Donald Trump. I wouldn't talk the way Donald Trump talks. But guess what? one of the things I liked about Donald Trump was the fact that he talked like a politician does not talk. And you know what? Negativity comes along with that. I'm completely fine with it. And guess what? Obama said a lot of negative things too about other people. So this idea that somehow it's so outrageous, so racial, so bigoted, is come on, it's fake. It's so fake. Politicians are so interested in the story, in the optics, in the actual ability to use this as a way for them to get elected. They don't want to solve these problems. I mean, let's face it, they don't want to solve this issue. They want to be able to use this as a wedge to divide us all based on how we look at each other. So I'm a white guy and I'm bald and I'm saying these things. Y'all aren't supposed to listen to what I have to say because obviously I have a racial motive as well. And so that's what they do. You're on our team. No, here's the sick thing about this whole thing. They're on their team. This whole thing is to keep the poor in their place. All colors of poor. All colors of rich people who deal with these politicians and buy these politicians are using these politicians to keep their money. And unfairly so, not in a capitalistic way. Not hey, you make money. I don't have any problem with anybody doing anything and getting rich in this country, no problem at all. But you know darn well that this whole 1% thing is a real deal. There's a bunch of people up there. They put and they use the government. That's the crazy thing that bothers me. And here's where this rubber meets the road on this thing, because Haiti was one of the countries that was talked about as a crap hole. Okay, look. Haiti's a crap hole. I mean, it's a crap hole. And here's the deal. Does anybody want to turn it into something great? I've said for a long time, Haiti's so close to the United States and nobody gives a crap about Haiti. If you've got a problem and if you want to fix a problem, you have to acknowledge that it's a problem. If anyone on the street was to talk about Haiti and talk about it in a negative way, nobody would say a word. In casual conversation, if you was at Starbucks or something talking about, man, Haiti is such dire straits. Boy, I would never want to live in Haiti. Nobody would call you a racist. All of a sudden, Trump says something in similar fashion and he's a racist for it. Listen, what happened to the $10 billion for the earthquake that ravaged Haiti? Remember that? All these Hollywood stars, where are the Hollywood stars demanding to find out what happened to the billions of dollars that was supposed to go to Haiti? Meanwhile, the same people that are so upset about calling Haiti a crap hole were completely fine with taking billions of dollars for Haiti and never giving them a dime. Look this up. The Clinton Foundation was involved in this. That's politicians doing what politicians do. I know the Clintons didn't get $10 billion. Who took that money? Haiti was used as Simba's child. I mean, raised up. Look, oh my God, look at Haiti. Look how bad Haiti is. Give us money. And they never got the money. And nobody says anything. You have to find this stuff out. Almost no news agencies who now, oh my gosh, you cannot talk about Haiti in a bad way. You can't talk about El Salvador in a bad way. They don't give a crap about these countries. Now all of a sudden they do because President Trump said something. I mean, that's the same thing with the NFL stuff. Nobody used the NFL kneeling deal. Nobody cared about law enforcement or whatever it was supposed to be until Trump said something about it. We're so crazy in this country. We're so politically, our buttons get pushed so easily. And it's not on, we have to legitimately think about what's going on. Do we want to solve the problem? That's the point. I don't want to think negatively of other countries, but dang, I don't want to live in those countries because I kind of have an idea about what's going on in those countries. And apparently they don't want to live there either because they want to come over here. And I don't think it's a big deal if the president says it. Maybe he could have used different words. I don't care. I don't really care. I mean, we really got to get out of this mindset that we get so outraged over words, you know? And this is the same culture where we don't even know what words mean anymore, right? We don't know what a man is or what a woman is. We don't know what a fetus is. We have no clue about what words mean anymore. But my gosh, boy, we know what crap hole or, you know, I'm trying to avoid the word just because I don't like cussing myself and, or at least I try not to, which is unlike what CNN and MSNBC and all these other people do. So they don't have no problem at all saying it when it comes to a story, but if Trump says it, we're supposed to be outraged. I guess Russia's off the table now. I mean, this is the next thing we have. Oh, or I guess this fits into his insanity scenario. People, we need to stop this. I mean, honestly, you don't like Trump's politics, no, let's deal with that. Let's. I mean, clearly what it is Trump came out and he called their bluff. I mean, let's be real about it. He came out there and he said he was basically going to give in to a lot of this stuff. But you know what happened? They don't want to give. They don't want to win. They don't want the issue because then the issue gets put on the side, and then somebody's problems get solved. And that's why when Obama came in, he ran his mouth about how he hated the 1%. Who got rich when Obama was in? The 1% got rich. I could have told you that was going to happen. There's no question about it. And then you know, he's the black savior. This guy. First black president. What happened with black unemployment? You know, high as can be, his whole presidency. The racist gets in, though. All of a sudden, black unemployment drops. Man, it's about solving problems. Let's stop this whole nonsense about being so easily offended by words. I just honestly could care less about what the guy says. And honestly, it's Donald Trump. I mean, are we not used to this yet? I mean, the guy runs his mouth. I mean, let's just be adults.